There's a quiet moment that many of us know well but rarely speak aloud. It happens when you're sitting in your favorite chair, maybe with a newspaper or a book, and suddenly the words blur just enough to make you pause. Or when you squint at the evening sky, trying to catch the shapes of distant branches, and the details seem to melt away like mist. It's subtle at first, a slight hesitation, a fleeting frustration, but it carries with it a heavy truth. Your eyes are changing. Maybe you've told yourself this is simply the way of getting older, an inevitable decline that everyone must face. But what if that's only part of the story? What if your eyes aren't simply wearing out, but quietly calling for nourishment, for care, for a gentle kind of repair that doesn't come from fancy machines or miracle pills, but from nature itself? I've spent decades caring for men just like you, men who've lived full lives, who carry the wisdom of years, and yet find themselves wrestling with small losses that feel disproportionately large. One man in particular comes to mind. Mr. Talbot was in his late 60s, a skilled craftsman whose hands told stories of hard work and artistry, but over time, the intricate details of his work began to slip through his fingers. Not because he lacked skill, but because his vision was failing him. The gentle clarity he once took for granted was now a daily challenge. I remember how he described the frustration and quiet fear that came with that loss. "I used to build things with my eyes closed," he said, "but now I feel like the world is slipping beyond reach." Watching him struggle, I realized how deeply vision shapes not just what we see, but how we live and who we believe ourselves to be. There's another story I want to share, one that lingers with me because it captures so clearly the quiet struggles many men face, but rarely voice. Mr. Andrews was a retired school teacher in his early 70s, a man who had spent decades guiding young minds with patience and clarity. His eyes, once sharp and welcoming, had slowly betrayed him, blurring the chalkboard and the faces of students he remembered so fondly. But what struck me wasn't just the loss of his sight, it was the way it touched his sense of self. When Mr. Andrews first came to see me, he confessed, almost in a whisper, "I don't mind the glasses, doctor. It's the feeling that my eyes are failing me, that I'm losing a part of who I am." That vulnerability is something I've witnessed countless times. Vision is so much more than a physical sense. It's a thread woven through memory, identity, and connection. For Mr. Andrews, the fading of his sight was like watching chapters of his own story, close prematurely. What made his journey particularly poignant was how he approached healing, not with impatience or desperation, but with a quiet determination to do what he could every day to protect what remained. He wasn't interested in miracle cures or flashy promises. Instead, he focused on small habits, incorporating nutrient-rich foods, managing his blood pressure, and embracing the simple discipline of daily walks in the sunlight. And somewhere along the way, he began adding a mix of seeds, flax, chia, and pumpkin to his meals almost ritualistically, as if each spoonful was a promise to himself. Over the months, Mr. Andrews noticed subtle changes. The edges of his vision sharpened just enough to recognize the faces of his grandchildren without squinting. The persistent dryness in his eyes eased, and reading the morning paper became less of a strain. But more than the physical changes, there was a shift in his spirit. He told me, "It's like I've reclaimed a little piece of myself. I feel more hopeful, more in control." This is the heart of what I want you to understand. Protecting your eyes is not merely a biological process. It's an act of reclaiming your narrative, your independence, and your dignity. The biology of vision loss is complex and often feels overwhelming, but within that complexity lies opportunity. Your retina, like all living tissue, responds to care, to nourishment, and to an environment that reduces stress and inflammation. On a biological level, vision decline is largely driven by oxidative stress, a process where harmful molecules known as free radicals damage the delicate cells in your retina. These cells are among the most metabolically active in your body, which means they require a steady supply of oxygen and nutrients to function properly. When this balance is disrupted, inflammation sets in, blood vessels can become fragile, and the layers of the retina start to thin, leading to impaired vision. What's truly remarkable is that certain compounds found in seeds, fruits, and vegetables act as antioxidants, neutralizing these free radicals and soothing inflammation. Omega-3 fatty acids abundant in flax and chia seeds support the membranes of retinal cells, improving their resilience. Zinc, found richly in pumpkin seeds, plays a crucial role in the transport of vitamin A from the liver to the retina, vital for the regeneration of rhodopsin, the pigment responsible for low-light vision. Meanwhile, lutein and zeaxanthin, plant pigments present in many seeds and greens, accumulate in the macula, where they filter harmful blue light and further reduce oxidative damage. Understanding these mechanisms isn't just scientific, it's empowering. It means that every bite you take, every seed you sprinkle onto your meal becomes part of a larger conversation your body is having about health and healing. It's a conversation that honors your past, your present, and your future. When you think about your eyes this way, not just as organs, but as living stories, you begin to see the profound impact of small, consistent actions. And like Mr. Andrews, you may find that caring for your vision also brings a renewed sense of hope and agency, a quiet assurance that you are not merely at the mercy of time, but actively shaping the quality of your life. It was this intimate connection between vision and life's meaning that led me to explore beyond the usual treatments. I wasn't interested in temporary fixes or overhyped supplements. I wanted to understand the root causes, what happens inside the eye as it ages, and how we might protect it with simple, natural tools. That's when I turned my attention to nutrition, and specifically to certain seeds that hold remarkable power. Not the kind of power that dazzles and disappears, but a quiet strength that nourishes the very cells of the retina, the delicate inner lining of the eye that captures the images we see. To understand why these seeds matter, it helps to picture your retina as a garden, one tended not by hands but by blood vessels, nutrients, and countless microscopic cells working tirelessly. This garden is incredibly sensitive. It's made up of light-sensitive cells that translate what you see into signals your brain understands. Over time, like any garden left without proper care, the retina faces threats. Oxidative stress, a kind of cellular rust caused by harmful molecules, begins to take its toll. Inflammation creeps in quietly, and the tiny blood vessels that feed the retina may not work as efficiently as they once did. Conditions like age-related macular degeneration, blurry vision, or dry eyes are not just random mishaps. They're signs this garden is struggling. But here's the hopeful part. This garden responds to care. It thrives when nourished by the right nutrients, many of which come from foods rich in antioxidants, omega-3 fatty acids, zinc, and lutein. It's not a matter of magic, but of biology, the way living cells depend on fuel and protection to stay healthy. Among the foods that have shown promise, 3 humble seeds stand out as quiet champions for eye health. They carry within them a remarkable blend of nutrients that target the very processes damaging the retina. And best of all, they're accessible and easy to include in your daily routine. The first of these is flaxseed. Often overlooked and underestimated, flaxseed is a small, unassuming seed that packs a powerful punch in omega-3 fatty acids, specifically alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA. Omega-3s are crucial for maintaining healthy blood flow to the retina and reducing inflammation, which can cause damage over time. You can think of flax seeds as electricians working quietly behind the scenes, ensuring that the electrical wiring of your retinal cells remains intact and efficient. For seniors who might experience dry eyes or the early signs of macular degeneration, flax seeds offer a gentle but effective boost. The best way to absorb these benefits is by consuming ground flaxseed, 1 to 2 tablespoons daily, mixed into oatmeal, smoothies, or even sprinkled over yogurt. The seed's natural oils deliver a steady stream of nourishment that your eyes will thank you for. Next is chia seed, another tiny but mighty ally. Beyond its reputation as a superfood, chia offers a rich source of antioxidants, fiber, and omega-3 fatty acids, all of which contribute to stabilizing blood sugar levels and reducing oxidative stress, a double win for eye health. Think of chia seeds as little sponges, soaking up damage and helping to clear the way for healthier cells to flourish. Soaking them overnight softens their texture, making them easy to add to breakfasts or snacks. A spoonful in your morning cereal or blended into a smoothie can set a foundation for healthier vision throughout the day. The fiber content also supports general circulation, which means your eyes receive the oxygen and nutrients they need without interruption. Finally, there are pumpkin seeds, sometimes called pepitas, rich in zinc and lutein, two nutrients critical for retinal protection. Zinc is essential in maintaining the structure and function of the retina, while lutein acts like a natural filter, blocking harmful blue light that can accelerate retinal damage. Imagine these seeds as your personal bodyguards, shielding your eyes from the invisible assaults of modern life: screens, harsh lighting, and environmental toxins. They are easy to enjoy as a snack or sprinkled atop salads, providing not only nourishment but also a satisfying crunch. Roasting them lightly enhances their flavor without sacrificing their nutrient content, making them a practical, tasty addition to your diet. Understanding the role of these seeds is one thing, but incorporating them into daily life is where the true power lies. It doesn't require an overhaul of your entire diet or complicated recipes. The goal is simple: to create habits that honor your eyes with regular, consistent nourishment. Picture your breakfast: a warm bowl of oatmeal, the steam rising gently, with the subtle nutty scent of ground flaxseed mingling with the soft texture of soaked chia seeds, topped with crunchy pumpkin seeds. This simple ritual, repeated day after day, becomes more than just a meal. It becomes a quiet act of care, a moment of mindfulness where you choose to invest in your health. As you start to imagine this small change, it's natural to wonder if it truly makes a difference. The answer lies not in overnight miracles, but in steady progress, a process where your eyes, like any garden, respond to kindness. This isn't about reclaiming perfect vision immediately, but about protecting what remains, slowing decline, and possibly even improving comfort and clarity over time. With patience and consistency, these seeds can help you build a foundation for healthier eyesight that supports the life you want to live. Seeing the faces of loved ones, reading a favorite book, or simply enjoying the beauty of a sunset. I want you to hold on to this image for a moment. A man who once feared his world was fading now, carving delicate patterns in wood under the watchful eyes of his grandson. This is Mr. Talbot's story, but it could be yours. The small seeds, the simple rituals, and the quiet commitment to nourishment have the power to rewrite your own story of vision and vitality. And while no single food or seed can guarantee perfect eyesight, together they form a powerful line of defense, a way to honor your eyes and the precious gift of sight. There is still more to explore about how these seeds work, and practical tips for making them part of your life without stress or fuss. But for now, I invite you to imagine the possibility that your eyes don't have to simply give up their fight. They can be supported, nourished, and cherished through simple, natural choices. This journey isn't just about vision. It's about reclaiming confidence, joy, and connection in the years ahead. And it begins quite literally with a handful of seeds. Now let's talk about how to bring these 3 seeds into your daily routine without it feeling like a chore or a complicated diet overhaul. Because the truth is, lasting change doesn't come from drastic measures. It comes from small, manageable steps that you can build on day after day. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning, preparing your usual breakfast, but simply sprinkling a tablespoon of ground flaxseed onto your oatmeal, or blending some chia seeds into your smoothie. Maybe you grab a handful of pumpkin seeds as a snack while you read the newspaper or work in your garden. These are small acts, but they add up to a meaningful difference. It's important to understand that the benefits you're nurturing with these seeds don't happen overnight. The retina, like all tissues in your body, needs time to absorb these nutrients and repair the subtle damage caused by years of light exposure, inflammation, and metabolic stress. So, patience becomes your ally here. Each day you nourish your eyes with these natural gifts, you're investing in a clearer, more vibrant future, one where you continue to enjoy the world around you with all its intricate beauty. Many men I've spoken with tell me they worry they've waited too long, that the damage is already done. It's a natural fear, but I want to assure you that your eyes remember how to heal, even if it's just a little bit. Every cell responds to kindness and care, even late in the game. And when you combine these seeds with other healthy habits, like wearing sunglasses to shield your eyes from harsh UV rays, taking breaks from screens to reduce strain, and maintaining regular eye exams, you create a protective environment that lets your eyes thrive. Let me share a quiet truth I've seen again and again. Those who embrace these small, steady changes often experience more than just physical improvement. There's a subtle emotional shift too, a lifting of the weight that comes with uncertainty and loss. When you choose to care for your eyes, you're also choosing to believe in your own resilience. You're telling yourself that aging doesn't have to mean giving up, that your body is still capable of remarkable things. This mindset, this quiet hope, is as powerful as any nutrient in the seeds themselves. And as you cultivate this practice, you might notice other benefits ripple through your life. Better sleep, because omega-3s support brain and nervous system health. Improved circulation, which aids not just your eyes, but your heart and muscles. And even a sense of accomplishment that comes from taking charge of your well-being. These are the hidden gifts that come when you care for one part of yourself deeply. The eyes that have witnessed so much, and find that the care extends to your whole being. If you ever find yourself doubting whether these simple foods really matter, think back to the story of Mr. Talbot. His mornings began with that humble mixture of seeds, and over time, he found himself squinting less, reading longer, and reconnecting with the joy of creating. What changed wasn't just his eyesight, but his confidence and his relationship with aging itself. That same transformation is possible for you, not through quick fixes or empty promises, but through consistent, nurturing choices. I encourage you to begin today, or as soon as you can, by choosing one seed to incorporate into a meal. Maybe it's the flax seed stirred into your yogurt, or the crunchy pumpkin seeds added to a salad. Make it a moment of mindfulness, a small but powerful declaration that you're worth this care. Over time, add in the others as it feels natural. There's no rush, no pressure, just a steady, loving rhythm that supports your eyes and your life. Remember, your vision is not just about seeing clearly. It's about staying connected to the people you love, the places that bring you peace, and the moments that give life meaning. By nourishing your eyes with these 3 seeds, you're not just protecting a body part, you're protecting your ability to experience the world fully. That's a gift you deserve, no matter your age. Thank you for trusting me to guide you through this journey. I'm Dr. Michael Hanks, and I believe deeply in the power of nature, wisdom, and small acts of care to transform our health and our lives. I look forward to walking this path with you, one seed at a time. If you found this helpful, consider sharing it with a friend or family member who might also benefit. And remember, the journey to protecting your vision begins with just one small step, a handful of seeds, and the belief that your best years are still ahead.